Today is about recognising and celebrating the outstanding contributions made by women across New South Wales to industry, communities and society. And now, please make welcome your host for today, author and journalist Leigh Sales.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you to Bella Strings for that wonderful music to kick us off and to set the mood this morning. I'm delighted to be your MC once again for this event, honouring the incredible work so many women perform in our community here in New South Wales. Welcome to all of you, and thank you for getting up early to be here with us to celebrate our excellent friends, partners and colleagues. Can I please acknowledge the dignitaries in the room? Her Excellency Margaret Beazley, the Governor of New South Wales, and Mr Dennis Wilson. Representing the Premier of New South Wales, the Honourable Prue Car MP, Deputy Premier of New South Wales. The Honourable Jodie Harrison MP, New South Wales Minister for Women. State Ministers and Members of Parliament, Women of the Year Award finalists for 2026, Local Women of the Year, alumni and others. There's often much to be anxious or sad about, despondent if we watch the news every night. But the antidote to that is right here in this room. There is so much good that goes on in our community, far more than you can imagine. I guarantee that after hearing about some of it, you'll leave here this morning with a spring in your step, feeling good about the world and how many generous and amazing people are out there doing terrific things, often invisible except for moments such as this, where we get a chance to say thank you. In a moment, we'll hear from the New South Wales Minister for Women, Jodie Harrison, but first I'd like to ask Sydney City Councillor Yvonne Weldon, a former New South Wales Aboriginal Woman of the Year, to welcome us to country.
Good morning, Governor, Mr Wilson, Deputy Premier, Minister, the many dignitaries that are here, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, all genders and identities. My name is Yvonne Weldon and I am a Wiradjuri woman from Cowra here in New South Wales, from the waters of the Clare, which later became known as the Lachlan, and also of the Murrumbidgee. I am a representative of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, who are caretakers with culture authority under the Aboriginal Land Rights Act. I would like to pay my respects to all elders past and present, to all First Nations, to you and the ancestors of the lands that you travelled from or are from. It is always a humbling privilege to provide a welcome to country. For me, it is a profound honour and a luxury of time. Time given by you and time of the many warriors that started traditions for all of us. A welcome isn't just words or something you tick off on. It is a spiritual process by honouring the ancestors' footsteps each and every one of us are walking in. It's also a reflection of where we are, not this modern day place or this wonderful building, but the continuous link of life, lessons, purpose and nurturing supplies. The boundaries of our traditional owners are not defined by a hand or by a pen, but through the natural landscapes of the earth. The Eora Nation's country covers the Hawkesbury River in the north, the Nepean in the west, and the Georges River in the south. On behalf of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, the elders and the members, I welcome everyone to the lands and the waterways of the Gadigal. I acknowledge the Gadigal people whose spirits and ancestors will always remain with this land, our Mother Earth. Across this beautiful continent, there are hundreds of nations, tribes and clans existing here for over 65,000 years. The First Nations of this land, are the most diverse, resilient, unique and sustainable people on the planet. We are the world's oldest continuously living culture. And traditionally across our lands and our waterways, we traded and we shared, just as we share every single day. We share and we trade for necessity, not for empires, because it brought our people together, encouraging our sustainability, and also our innovation, keeping our ancient practices alive for our future and for everyone's future. Aboriginal culture and our customs has a strong inclusion and importance of women leading and showing the way for all. In my life, I'm very privileged by many incredible Wiradjuri women. Their teachings will always be with me. Those of my late grandmothers, my aunties, Mum Shell, Pauline, Isabel and Betsy Coe, and of course my mum, Anne Weldon. And being here for this wonderful event in this significant week, it has me reflecting about the 2018 NAIDOC theme, which was, because of her, we can. We need to acknowledge the women that give so much because they give endlessly and we believe in all. And it is important to honour and to give recognition of the never-ending dedication of women. Could you all please pause for a moment to remember? But before we do, I need to pause and reflect about my sister cousin that passed recently and we buried on Monday. People like Selena that will never be recognised for the dedication that she has given to so many. Let us all reflect about those that are not in the room with us, that were never recognised as well, but the difference that they have continued to make in each and every one of our lives. We need to make sure that those and their generosity of spirit and what they offer is remembered, is practiced, and is honoured. Because the greatest gift you can ever give someone is your time. To all the mothers, grandmothers, partners, aunts, sisters, daughters, and granddaughters, I thank you for allowing us all to flourish in your wisdom, your skill, your knowledge, and your love. You all have an important role in so many people's lives. This should be recognised. You are recognised, and I thank you. As we connect, learn, and share today, tomorrow, and beyond, as future leaders or current ones, whether you lead yourself, your family, your community, or even your people, you often take on more than you realise. For me, it's not about the roles that are taken on, because it's not always about being out the front and leading, or even being nominated or winning an award. It's whether you walk with those that need your strength and developing those around you to lead too. We all must listen and learn and hear, including all voices, to make a better tomorrow. All of us, alongside with our men in our lives and all genders, we can bring about a positive future for all. To make that future possible, let us all draw upon my people's spirits as we continue on our journey. May my people's spirits walk with you and guide you as we strive forward for us all. Again, on behalf of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, Nyanyini, Nala, Wongan, Mari, Bajari, Gadi, Nurda, welcome to Gadigal land. It is because of her we can. It is because of her we must. It is because of all of us we will. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Jodie Harrison. I'm the New South Wales Minister for Women, and it is fantastic indeed to be with you all here this morning. Thank you, Yvonne, for that beautiful, generous welcome to country. It's a lovely way to start a day. I too acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land we are on today, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and pay my respect to their elders past and present and emerging, and to all of the First Nations people, and especially to the First Nations women who are here with us this morning. Firstly, happy New South Wales Women's Week. It is indeed my favourite time of the year. It's a time where we celebrate and where we showcase all of the wonderful, amazing work that the 4 million women across New South Wales do each and every day, making a tremendous impact on their communities. And of course, these awards are the highlight of Women's Week. Each year we receive record numbers of nominations, and this year was no different. We celebrate the rich knowledge, we celebrate the strength, and we celebrate the contribution of women and girls right across our state. This morning, we're privileged to share the room with exceptional women and girls who are entrepreneurs, who are agricultural leaders, who are community heroes, who are health professionals, who work in agriculture, who are volunteers, who are engineers, who are para-athletes, and it goes on because that's what women do. We do all of those things. And I'm so proud to be in a room with so many women who make such a difference to their communities, to their regions, and to the state of New South Wales. Congratulations to all of you, all of the finalists for the New South Wales Women of the Year Awards. Congratulations to the winners who will be announced soon. And I also want to say congratulations to all of the local Women of the Year in the room and the MPs who have supported them. This is work that is incredible, makes a difference within local communities. So the local Women of the Year are especially important here today. I look forward to continue to seeing the work that all of the finalists, the category award winners and the local Women of the Year do, that they continue to do, the change that you continue to make, and the inspiration that you bring to New South Wales as a Woman of the Year finalist. You'll all know that International Women's Day is just a few days away, and this year's theme is Balance the Scales. It highlights the importance of genuine and accessible justice for women and girls. Action for gender equality means recognising that all women and girls have equal value, and that's irrespective of gender. And we should all enjoy equal access to justice and to resources and opportunities and to freedoms. So while we celebrate this morning, it's also important to take time out to continue to call for further action on gender equality. And gender equality is certainly a key priority for the New South Wales Government. We know that women generally live healthy, strong lives, but there are areas for significant improvement. And we're working as the New South Wales Government, we're working hard to build a New South Wales where women can absolutely thrive. And that includes making sure that women have equal opportunity in employment and for advancement, as well as equal opportunity to access healthcare and safety and participate in the community through sport and volunteering and, in fact, anything that you want. We're also working to close the gender pay gap. We know that government is in an important position to turn the tide to advance gender equality, but we can't do it without you. The contributions of each of our finalists across incredibly diverse fields empower all of us here today. You also empower future generations of strong women and girls. I'm absolutely honoured to be here today, to be with you, to recognise the families and the friends and the colleagues who have supported you along the way, some of whom you've been able to bring along and who are here with you. To our finalists, I'm very proud to celebrate your vision, your hard work, and your ongoing impact across New South Wales. May your achievements continue to inspire us in our shared commitment to balance the scales for women and girls equality and to see what we can all achieve together. So please enjoy this celebration and have a wonderful New South Wales Women's Week.
Thank you so much, Minister. As well as the New South Wales Women of the Year Awards, there is a separate program we want to highlight this morning, which Minister Harrison mentioned, which is the Local Women of the Year Awards. And this is an opportunity for members of Parliament to recognise and celebrate the contributions of local women in their electorates. Many of these women are here with us today, including one who started a support group for dementia and at the age of 93 enrolled in a Bachelor of Dementia Care. Others are paving the way for women in sport, running refugee settlement programs or guiding their communities in flood recovery. Our Local Women of the Year are driving meaningful change using their skills, leadership and compassion to create more connected, resilient neighbourhoods. As Yvonne said, we recognise you. We recognise women who do so much in the community that is often unremarked upon. I'd like to ask all the local women here with us this morning to please stand up so we could give you the round of applause that you deserve. Please stand. Thank you so much for the terrific work that you're all doing. The screens around the room will be presenting some of our wonderful local women as we have breakfast now. Please enjoy catching up with the people on your table and we'll be back in about 20 minutes.
I'm Piper Clark, I'm 11 years old and I enjoy helping other kids that need it and playing sport. In the future, I would like to fundraise for kids in need and those who go without.
Hi, my name is Hafsa Faizan and I'm passionate about empowering young people through STEM and representing diverse youth voices. In the future, I hope to create a lasting positive impact by making education and innovation more inclusive for everyone.
Hi, I'm Ellie. I'm passionate about youth advocacy and was recently accepted into the current cohort of the Northern Beaches Youth Advisory Group. I'm interested in true crime in the justice system, and in the future I hope to pursue a career as a Crown prosecutor.
Hi, my name's Imali. I'm 12 years old and one of my favourite things to do is go to India through the Akka Project. The Akka Project is a project that I co-founded with my mum and my sister where we take Australian mums and teens to schools in India. The experience is all about getting in your hands and knees and connecting to kids with different cultures through play. What I hope for the future is that we can expand the Akka Project so we can all become global citizens together.
Hi everyone, my name's Ruby Puliatte and I'm 14. I love helping young children in Sri Lanka learn more about the English language and the world around them. I enjoy singing, dancing, crocheting, fundraising for community work and helping them in my spare time. When I'm older, I'd like to be in the medical field and hope to meet children around the world and help them live the childhoods they deserve. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ivy. I love para-alpine skiing and blind and low vision cricket, and one day I hope to represent my country in a sport that I love.
Hi, I'm Hannah and I'm 14 years old. I love to help my community and speak up for my peers within my community groups and schools. I also have a disability, so I'm very passionate about giving people with disability a voice. In the future, I love for people with disabilities to have more of a voice and more research for endometriosis.
Hi, I'm Emma Hoskins and I'm a proud Wiradjuri and Gamilaroi girl living on Darrick Mirror. I'm 15 years old and I love reading, writing and helping other people through volunteer and charity work. I'm currently on Blacktown City Council's Youth Advisory Committee, and I have led many initiatives both inside and outside of school. In the future, I would love to give back to the wonderful community I've grown up in, either through law doing pro bono work or through the New South Wales and Australian governments. Didjagura and Yanu!
Hi, my name is Shanvi. I am 11 years old. I want to use my voice, my art, and my action to spread kindness within the community. I hope to inspire other children, help celebrate their culture, and stand up for what is right. I love volunteering for community events to raise fund and awareness. I believe that even a small action can make a big difference. In the future, I hope to help build a world where everyone feels safe, valued, and proud of who they are. I am grateful to my family, teachers, and community who believe in me and encourage me to use my voice. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Amalia Howard. I'm a 10-year-old homeschooler who lives in the bush far from the cities. I like painting, creating, swimming and busking to raise money for the homeless. Over $2,000 so far. I give out positive affirmation cards to people who donate to spread happiness and kindness. In the future, I hope nobody is homeless and that happiness and kindness keep spreading because feelings are infectious. It could change the world.
What a wonderful group of young women. The Ones to Watch recognises girls and young women aged 7 to 15 who demonstrate a single act or ongoing acts of courage, strength, bravery, determination and kindness to help and support those around them. I'd like to invite the Minister for Women to the stage to present certificates to the Ones to Watch recipients. This year's 10 recipients are Imali Bamji, Imali is recognised for co-founding the ARCA project, creating a volunteering pathway for Australian teens and parents to support a school in India. Through rebuilding libraries, delivering lessons and leading intercultural experiences, Imali inspires young people to embrace empathy, global citizenship and meaningful cross-cultural connection. Piper Clark. Piper has raised more than $15,000 for charities since age 7, supporting homelessness services, Sydney Children's Hospital and the Smith family. She hand selects and wraps gifts for local children through the supported accommodation and homelessness services Shoalhaven Illawarra Toy Drive. Hafsa Faizan. Hafsa is recognised for her youth advocacy, delivering a TEDx talk on AI in education, leading environmental action through a children's book on ocean pollution, presenting her ideas at the New South Wales Parliament, mentoring younger robotics students and contributing her voice to the 2026 New South Wales Youth Advisory Council. Shanvi Govindaraju. Shanvi is celebrated for her leadership and kindness, hosting the Cancer Council's biggest morning tea, supporting Shine for Kids, creating artwork for Global Awareness Days, promoting literacy through World Book Day initiatives, proudly representing her language and culture and inspiring her peers to connect to their roots and celebrate diversity. Emma Hoskins. Emma, a proud Wiradjuri and Gamilarey girl, is noted for her service to community, supporting her school's breakfast club, leading Indigenous cultural dance, establishing a student chill and chat room for kids to connect, serving on Blacktown City Council's Youth Advisory Committee, and emceeing the Warami Mitiga concert and corroboree. Amalia Carolyn Howard. Amalia is acknowledged for her heartfelt contribution to supporting people experiencing homelessness, busking in the central west of New South Wales to raise funds for Wayside Chapel, raising more than $2,000 to date. Amalia shares affirmation cards with donors and passers-by to spread kindness, connection and hope in her community. Ellie Ings. Ellie is recognised for advancing Aboriginal education and strengthening the role of First Nations perspectives in her school community. Ellie leads camps and expeditions to culturally significant sites, coordinates school events and programs that connect students to culture, ensuring that First Nations voices and traditions are respectfully acknowledged and celebrated. Hannah Orr. Hannah, Deputy Youth Mayor of Goulburn Mulberry, is commended for her advocacy and community service, securing a pedestrian crossing near her school, contributing to key local events, leading her school's Social Justice Council that celebrates multiculturalism and exemplifying determination as Goulburn Mulberry's 2025 Young Citizen of the Year. Ruvi Puliata. Ruvi is celebrated for her compassion, crocheting and donating poppies to support veterans, authoring a book on the poppy's history to honour service, teaching English online to students in rural Sri Lanka through her Sharing Knowledge initiative, and volunteering in a preschool to support young children prepare for school. Ivy Walker. Ivy, an exceptional para-athlete living with significant vision impairment, is honoured for her courage and advocacy for inclusive sport. A 5-time state and national alpine skiing gold medalist, she's also represented New South Wales in blind cricket, athletics and cross country, inspiring others to challenge limits and pursue their goals. Let's let all of our group have a photograph with the Minister and give them a fantastic round of applause for their achievements. What a fantastic group. I cannot wait to see what they all do as they grow up. So let me explain to you how the rest of our awards will proceed this morning. In each category, I'll introduce the finalists one by one. They'll receive a certificate, have a photo and remain on stage. Once all the finalists are on stage, they'll have a photograph as a group, and then the recipient will be announced. There'll be another photo with them. They will have a quick chat with me, and then we'll move on. So without further ado, would you please welcome Her Excellency the Honourable Margaret Beazley, Governor of New South Wales, to the stage to present the first award. Your Excellency. Our first award is for New South Wales Young Woman of the Year. The New South Wales Young Woman of the Year has demonstrated incredible potential or achievement in her chosen field, passion or area of interest. And the award's open to women aged 16 to 30 years. This year's 4 finalists are Miranda McGuffick, Miranda, where are you? Here you come. Very good. Miranda is an agricultural leader advancing the merino industry by applying her Bachelor of Animal Science, majoring in genomics, to deliver science-backed, predictable and profitable breeding outcomes. Raised in regional New South Wales and driven by innovation, she exemplifies excellence as a woman forging progress in a traditionally male-dominated field. Lane Paul. Lane is committed to disability inclusion, coordinating accessible aquatic programs for North Avoca Surf Lifesaving Club and the Disabled Surfers Association, supporting young amputees through AMP Camp, and advancing assistive technology as a biomedical engineering student, creating safe, empowering environments for people of all abilities. Millie Weaver. Millie is the founder and chief executive of the Australian Endometriosis Foundation. She established a national peer-led charity supporting more than 1,600 young people, delivered Australia's first endometriosis youth summit, launched a statewide hospital care pack program providing practical comfort resources, and leads national advocacy to improve awareness and care for young people with endometriosis. Dr. Mithila Zaheen. Mithila, a cardiology advanced trainee, researcher and clinical lecturer, is dedicated to improving women's health through her PhD on spontaneous coronary artery dissection, a condition disproportionately affecting women. She delivers free healthcare and education to underserved communities and volunteers with Streetside Medics, the Waterwell Project, Aboriginal and refugee programs. Okay, we'll just take a photo of our group and then, thank you, I will announce our recipient. And the New South Wales Young Woman of the Year for 2026 is Millie Weaver. Congratulations, that's wonderful. People would be amazed how many women are affected by endometriosis. How did you become involved in this amazing advocacy work that you're doing?
Thank you. I was 19, and when I was diagnosed with endometriosis, very quickly realised how lonely it was. Not only was there no one my age that I could speak to, there was no community that I could go to for support. So I founded what was then Endo Articles, an online platform for young people to connect with one another, and then brought it into reality through the Australian Endometriosis Foundation, which today provides programs for young people living with endometriosis, giving them the confidence to navigate their diagnosis through peer-to-peer connection, and the ability to navigate the Australian healthcare system with the knowledge that they have other people who just get what they're going through.
That's absolutely brilliant. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much. Up next is the New South Wales Community Hero Award. It shines a light on the accomplishments of extraordinary women who work tirelessly to contribute to the prosperity of those in their local areas. This year's 3 finalists are Carolyn Campbell McLean, Carolyn brings nearly 3 decades of leadership across adult education, government and the disability sector, drawing on her lived experience of spinal muscular atrophy to advance individualised funding research, deliver major statewide advocacy and leadership initiatives, and lead peer support programs through Muscular Dystrophies New South Wales Peer Connect. Ruby Reithmuller. Ruby, founder and CEO of Womankind, is recognised for transforming youth mental health by delivering innovative, accessible wellbeing support through school workshops, a pioneering social wellness app, podcast and community partnerships, reaching more than 30,000 young people and providing daily support to thousands across Australia. The founders of the Gidget Foundation Australia. Alexander Berthold, Libby Bowditch, Jackie Cotton, Stephanie Hughes, Lou Hunter, Kim Murray and Simone Short. The founders of Gidget Foundation Australia are acknowledged for 24 years of contribution to perinatal mental health, transforming the loss to postnatal depression of their sister and friend Louise, known as Gidget, into impact by raising awareness, expanding specialist parent support and establishing 39 Gidget houses supporting almost 13,000 families. We'll allow our entire group to get a photo. All of our recipients come together. That's it. And the 2026 New South Wales Community Hero is the founders of the Gidget Foundation. You're Libby? Yes, hi. Congratulations. Very nice to meet you. What do you think Gidget would say if she could see all the good that's been done and all the people helped in her name?
My goodness, she'd be overwhelmed. She loved to party, and we do throw some good fundraising parties, but she would be very overwhelmed. I mean, we're all over Australia now, not just in New South Wales, but mostly in New South Wales. So 44 Gidget houses opened here, and 26 of those are in New South Wales. So we are still New South Wales centric, but Australia-wide now. But yeah, she'd be blown away, absolutely blown away. I'm very proud of us.
Give a group of women something to do and it will be done. Thank you, ladies. Thank you to the Governor for assisting with those presentations. We'll just allow our recipients to get their final photo. Wonderful. Let's give them another round of applause. Could I invite the Honourable Prue Car MP, Deputy Premier of New South Wales, representing the Premier today, to address us ahead of the presentation of the New South Wales Premier's Woman of Excellence Award.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And good morning, everyone. What an amazing event this is each and every year. Of course, I want to begin by acknowledging the Gadigal people, the traditional owners of this land. I pay my respects to their elders, past and present, and thank you to Yvonne for that beautiful welcome to country. Of course, I acknowledge Her Excellency, the Honourable Margaret Beazley, Governor of New South Wales, and Mr Dennis Wilson. My colleagues, the Honourable Jodie Harrison, the Minister for Women, thank you for hosting this amazing breakfast again, Jodie. Minister Tara Moriarty, many ministers and members of Parliament in the audience with their amazing local Women of the Year. I want to say a big congratulations to all the finalists, all the local women who are just the women in our communities everywhere that just go about their work of improving our communities, of improving lives. It is most often thankless, unpaid work. So enjoy yourself this morning. Soak it up. You deserve it. You are the sort of women that say, I don't want awards. But that's when we know we're giving the awards to the right people. It's such a pleasure to be here. It's a packed room, 500 incredibly talented, passionate, accomplished women and girls. How amazing are those young women and the ones to watch? How amazing are they? It's very humbling when you see 11, 12, 13-year-olds coming up on the stage who have already started to change the world. Today's finalists reflect the remarkable breadth and diversity of our wonderful state. All the finalists in all the categories don't fit into a single category or box. Carers, scientists, community leaders, entrepreneurs, volunteers, advocates, athletes. Every story is different, but all of your impact is unmistakable. You all deserve this recognition. Because of people like you and all the people that have come before you, we have come a long way, haven't we? We've come a long way as a society. When the very first feminists marched down through the Domain on International Women's Day, almost 100 years ago now, there wasn't a single female member of Cabinet. Not a single women's voice in the ultimate decision-making body of executive government in this state or any state in Australia. But now, because of the women that came before us, because of their struggle and their sacrifice and their success, I'm proud to say that we make up now 50% of the Cabinet of New South Wales. And it's not just government. It's not just government. We're seeing women in leadership roles in business and in community. Organisations are stronger and more successful when they value women. Why does it matter? It matters because when you have women in leadership, like our Minister for Women, Jodie Harrison, you're more likely to see stronger domestic violence laws, like we have now in New South Wales, to stop violent perpetrators getting out on bail. You're going to see new social and public housing, the biggest new investment in the history of New South Wales supporting women to access secure housing because we have Rose Jackson as Minister for Housing. We've reserved half for women and children escaping domestic violence. We've made it easier for women to access the pill and UTI medications directly from their pharmacist. And one that I'm particularly proud of as Minister for Education, and I know I'm biased because I represent probably the most female-dominated workforce in our amazing public school teachers in New South Wales. I'm very, very proud that we're able to give a historic pay increase to our teachers, 70% of whom are women. That sort of stuff actually matters. And it's why it's important to have women in every room, because the decisions that are made, we can help women in our communities. That's when it matters. Equality is not something to be shy about. The world is better when we lift up women, when we value women, when we celebrate the contribution of women in New South Wales. I can't get through my contribution today without just saying a few personal words that I want to take the opportunity to say. Many of you know that I have recently returned to work after getting through a long period of breast cancer treatment. Firstly, I just want to say to everyone, check your boobs. Please. Constantly. Don't put off your mammograms. I know it's uncomfortable, but cancer treatment is more uncomfortable than that. And I just want to say a few things about the village. A lot of people have asked me about the treatment process and how, my family and I got through, but it did give me a greater perspective on what the village is. And in our own way, we've all experienced this, whether it's when you're a new mother or when you're going through a hard time, if someone may have passed away in your family, or you've gone through cancer. And there's probably a lot of people here that have gone through similar journeys to mine. And I just want to say, I reflected last week, it just really hit me. The nurses, the doctors, all of my medical team at the amazing Chris O'Brien Lifehouse, every single one of them was a woman. And that's what they do, and that's what they're doing today for women who at the moment are going through treatment. Even my friends and family, people turning up with, and this is a common experience, with food on your front doorstep, checking in, helping you with your children. Pretty much the vast majority of my villagers were women, and that's what women do. Busy women who are going about their lives, but always take on that little bit extra to help someone who needs help. So while we're here today, I want to say to every woman doing that unsung work, whether it's in your community, your family, in your school, a big thank you. A big thank you to all of you across New South Wales who in your own ways are continually making contributions to your community. We know that these women supporting their families, supporting their communities, holding up half the sky, keeping our state running. On behalf of the New South Wales Government, I'm really, really honoured to be here to say congratulations again to all the nominees across all the categories. Have a great Women's Week and enjoy what I think is probably one of the best functions of the whole year, the New South Wales Women of the Year Awards. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you so much, Deputy Premier, and I'm sure I speak for everyone in the room when I say how glad we are to see you back at work and looking well and sounding like you are absolutely firing. Well done. The New South Wales Premier's Woman of Excellence is a role model who has excelled in her chosen field, affecting a lasting change and inspiring others. This year's two finalists are Professor Tracy O'Brien, AM. Tracy, a distinguished haematologist, oncologist, researcher and New South Wales Chief Cancer Officer, is recognised for advancing precision medicine and transplant and cellular therapies, mentoring the next generation of clinician researchers and championing equitable, culturally safe cancer care that delivers compassionate, life-changing outcomes for people facing cancer. Claire Pearson. Claire Pearson, Chief Executive Officer of Little Wings, is commended for expanding free professional air and ground transport for seriously ill children across rural and regional communities, achieving record service delivery, applying her expertise in child and adolescent welfare, and authoring Threads of Hope, celebrating the lives of human trafficking survivors. And the 2026 New South Wales Premier's Woman of Excellence is Professor Tracy O'Brien, AM. Congratulations, Tracy. If resources were absolutely no object and you could ask the Premier for anything that you think would make the most difference at the moment to people facing cancer and their carers, what would you ask for?
Look, there's much to be hopeful about cancer in New South Wales. We've got some of the best cancer outcomes in the world, but there's so much more work to do. And it does take a village. Minister Carr is correct. Everything I've achieved has been alongside wonderful clinicians and researchers and community workers, non-government organisations, governments coming together to unite to really have great systems that meet people where they are. Our challenge is to deliver both excellent care but to focus on prevention and early detection, helping people live longer with and beyond cancer as well, and to do that in a way that the progress is shared evenly among everybody, no matter who they are, where they live, or what type of cancer they've got.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to both of you for your amazing stuff you're doing. We're going to take a brief coffee break now and then we'll be back for our final awards.
this one, I think it's fine. I had a look through it. It's pretty easy.
Good? Yeah. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you.
please welcome back to the stage Lee Sales.
Okay, everybody, if you could take your seats, please. We're going to get moving into our final awards of this morning. There'll be a bit of time at the end if you'd like to keep chatting and networking to each other. But for now, I'd like to invite the Honourable Tara Moriarty, MLC, the Minister for Regional New South Wales, to come up and join me to present the next award. The New South Wales Regional Woman of the Year finalists. This award recognises the accomplishments of an exceptional woman living in regional New South Wales who inspires and advances her community and contributes to the fabric of her local area. This year's three finalists are Jo Marshall. Jo Marshall, CEO of the Australian Agricultural Centre, is celebrated for advancing regional prosperity through immersive agricultural education, the Women in Ag program, and innovative pathways for young people, women and job seekers, forging cross-sector partnerships that expand opportunity, build capacity and strengthen the long-term resilience of rural communities. Amy Riddle. Amy has delivered 8 years of work reducing recidivism through behavioural interventions, building relationships that divert vulnerable people from reoffending, and supporting individuals identifying as victim survivors. A role model to women in the justice system and colleagues, she's received commendations from Corrective Services and the Coffs Clarence Police District. Jenny Worrell. Jenny, an accomplished educator, musician and advocate, is empowering regional communities by creating inclusive music programs for teens living with disability and founding the Forget Me Nots Choir, linking people living with dementia and their carers to support services. She's also advancing music therapy research in partnership with Macquarie University. All right, let's let our three recipients have a photo together and then I will announce the New South Wales Regional Woman of the Year. And the New South Wales Regional Woman of the Year for 2026 is Jo Marshall. Congratulations, Jo. If people wanted to support the work you're doing in regional Australia, what could they do?
Well, we're always looking for support to deliver programs as well as funding to make it accessible for the school kids that come along because, you know, it's very hard for the kids to travel to the regional areas with buses and we get school kids from all over New South Wales coming for our programs.
So what should they Google?
AustralianAgriculturalCentre.org.
Thank you so much, Jo. Let me invite the Honourable Jodie Harrison MP, New South Wales Minister for Women, back to the stage to present our final award this morning. It is for the New South Wales Aboriginal Woman of the Year. The New South Wales Aboriginal Woman of the Year is a role model and dedicated pillar of her community who promotes economic, cultural and social opportunities for Aboriginal people in New South Wales. The three finalists for 2026 are Dr. Auntie Rhonda Radley, Dr. Auntie Rhonda is a proud Birbai and Dunghutti elder. She's recognised for revitalising mid-North Coast languages, serving on the Aboriginal Languages Trust Board, founding the Nyirin Jiagan Wakulda Women's Festival and Point Plumber Looking After Country and safeguarding cultural heritage for future generations. Adjunct Professor Nicole Turner. Nicole, a proud Kamilaroi woman and Chief Executive Officer of the Aboriginal Health and Medical Research Council, is recognised for more than 3 decades of distinguished leadership in Aboriginal health, supporting New South Wales Aboriginal community-controlled health organisations and advancing national allied health development as Chair of Indigenous Allied Health Australia. Sharon Windsor. Sharon, a proud Whale One woman and founder of Indigi-Earth, is recognised for her leadership in Australia's native food industry, elevating Indigenous ingredients and culinary traditions, advancing Indigenous entrepreneurship, directing the Warrakiri cultural dining experience, and exemplifying cultural stewardship and enduring commitment to community and country. All right, we'll have one last photo. Thank you. And the 2026 New South Wales Aboriginal Woman of the Year is Adjunct Professor Nicole Turner. Professor Turner, congratulations and thank you so much for all the great work that you do. You work in a complex field, like many we've heard about this morning, that face tricky issues where there's no easy solution: cancer, homelessness, in your case, Indigenous health. You've worked here for decades. What is it that gives you the motivation to remain optimistic and to keep going?
Just getting myself together here, thank you. Before I start, I'd just like to thank Yvonne for the welcome. Thank you, Yvonne. And I'd also like to acknowledge the beautiful lands we're on, the Gadigal lands and all the lands that you've come from today, Aboriginal lands. What keeps me going is my people. My elders have paved the way for me to get to this place. My family, my children. My daughter's over there at the moment. I have 6 grandchildren. I want to make sure their lives are better and all the generations to come. I want to make sure that our future generations don't have to go through what the past generations have gone through.
Well, thank you very much for everything you're doing in that space, and congratulations. Congratulations to both of you as well. What an incredible thing this morning it's been to see the brilliant work that all of our finalists are doing around the state. We'll have one final photo with our group here. Thank you. This group typifies the community service and the excellence that we've seen right across so many different fields of endeavour this morning. And as I said at the beginning, I hope that you're going to be leaving with a bit of a spring in your step and thinking, wow, there's a lot of amazing people out there doing brilliant stuff. Could I ask all of our recipients this morning to move to the Northern Foyer for media and photographs? If you want to keep chatting, you're welcome to hang around for a bit longer, and please feel free to take the flowers that are on the table this morning. Thank you to the Governor, to the Deputy Premier and the Ministers, to all of you for attending. Thank you and have a terrific day.